Captain's log, stardate 3/17/2024. After battling through hordes of hellacious Crimson Fleet ships, all of them strangely named according to some kind of supernatural theme, e.g. Crimson Fleet Phantom, Crimson Fleet Ghost, Crimson Fleet Hunt, I find myself inclined to suddenly howl whenever we get within 3 light years of a distant moon. I am unable to explain this aberrant behavior, but I must push on with a hardcore survival mission, especially since we have just recently acquired our Class B pilot license. It's time to build a better ship. But first, we have to establish a training academy and resource manufacturing outpost. I have chosen the Bezel star system for this outpost, most specifically the planet Bezel 3, in whose orbit can be found an amazingly resource-rich moon. Uh-oh, I said the word moon. There I go again. I believe the severe lack of medical supplies is starting to affect my mental stability. I must make haste to Bezel 3B. Captain's log, out.
Major Slack Attack.
Hey, welcome back to Major Slack Attack, your first stop for clinically insane Starfield gameplay. This is part 8 of my hardcore survival run, playing on very hard difficulty with some extra special rules of engagement. For the complete crazy details, please see the video description or watch the first 6 minutes of part 1 of this walkthrough. Alright, enough of the small talk, let's get busy. We are here in New Atlantis. I just want to make a couple adjustments to my ship.
Help you with? Okay, no problem.
I've come to realize that this particular landing gear has a really excellent variant. Let's just delete this and reapply it. The NG20 landing gear 4 has a wide variant with a couple of attach points on the side. This is great. So we can replace this for free. There you go. And now that we have 2 attach points here, let's add some extra cargo. Most particularly the Caravel VO102 cargo hold, one there, and another one on the other side to bring up our cargo to 1400. That's important. Okay, this will reduce our mobility, but that's okay. Okay, that's it. Out we go. Okay, now I got a detailed to-do list here. Swap the landing gear, add 2 cargo holds, did that, go to the ship. Just reading off this cheat sheet that the Major Slack Research and Development Department sent me. Go to the ship, transfer 20 Erdbrow. Yeah, that's right, it's a good idea. Because now that we modified the ship, everything got transferred into the cargo hold. Let's go into the cargo hold, aid down to the Erdbrow light can, take all those out, and put those in the captain's locker. Aid, in you go. Okay, that's for combat later on. Next. Here I want to take out all the food. Whoopsie daisy. I took on some pharmaceuticals by mistake. You go back in. Okay, we gotta jettison that. Same with the med packs. And leave the ship parts alone, just take that, and there we go. So we jettison the other stuff into space, so let's do that right now. Not allowed to use any pharmaceuticals that we haven't crafted ourselves according to the rules of engagement, the strict rules of engagement of this hardcore survival run. So up into space we go. Alright, looks like the game messed with my power allocation again. Let's just jam it all into grav. There we go. And just bring the ship to a halt. Somebody's trying to contact me. Anyways, cargo hold, and we're gonna jettison the med packs and the CQBX. There we go. So now we're nice and legal. And let me just take a nap, make sure I got the well-rested bonus. And finally, let's land at the lodge. Alright, so all this food that we just took on, we're stockpiling it in the lodge, in the basement. And have a big party later on. Okay. Down to 8, and in goes all the food. Done and done. Now, I need 6 adaptive frames for what is coming up next. I do have 4. Your mileage may vary. Check the Disruptor 134M resources. I have 4 adaptive frames. Your mileage may vary. We need 6 total. There were 2 adaptive frames right here. If you missed them, they're right there. And let's make 2 more. There you go. Done and done. Now, as a starter outpost for the final outpost of Bezel 3, let's go to Voss, a planet in this system here. Voss, right here. Okay, we need to get a supply of tungsten and lead. So let's set course to Voss. Punch it, Chewie. And this is also the location of Star Station RE939. That's actually important. That's connected with a mission that we'll probably do later. But for now, pick up the map and scan Voss. Okay, and I want you to spin the planet around to find this odd snail-shaped patch of uranium. Okay, to me it looks like a snail. See, there's the 2 tentacles. There's the snail's back, long snail-shaped. Okay, right to the southeast of that is this big little patch of lead. Land right dead center in this patch of lead. And this should give us access to both tungsten and lead. Okay, exit ship. And if the Major Slack Research and Development Department is correct, we should be able to access tungsten and lead at this location. There we go. Let's plunk it down. Go into fly cam mode and see if we can... We have lead. And we have tungsten available. Okay, so let's slap down a couple of extractors. Tungsten extractor, lead extractor. And I'm going to use solar array for power. So let's plunk down 4 solar arrays, 2, 3, 4. That's because we can't build wind turbines yet because we don't have any cobalt. And let's throw down a couple of turrets just in case the game gets cheeky. So we'll put 1 turret there, 1 turret here. And we need some storage containers. Storage solid. 1, 2. Connect the extractors to the storage. And we're good. Land. Make a bed. Sleep in the bed for 12 hours. That's all. Just 12. And hope that we don't get invaded by bounty hunters. Or, like, I mean, it could be anything. Varun spacers. I mean, I've been invaded by all kinds of hellacious hordes in practice runs. Alright, so that's it. Let's go check. We should have about 100 each. Wait for them to fill up. That's right. So about 100 each. That's good. Take it out. Take it out. I'm over encumbered. Just send it to the ship. Resources, send it to the ship. And I know if you simply dismantle an outpost, it automatically takes the resources, but I don't trust that. I like to take it out and put it in my ship manually. Okay, so we're going to dismantle this outpost. And then re-establish it again, so that we know where we can get lead and tungsten. But we can get back all the resources that we used to make the outpost. And we know where to get some tungsten and lead. So that's it. Next. Bezel 3 is northwest, if you will, of Alpha Centauri, way up here. Let's go to Bezel. And there is the moon of Bezel 3. Go there. Okay. Ah, shit, not again. You guys again? Okay, what do you want this time? More bounty hunters. Why do you even bother? I'm just gonna kill you. All these asteroids that I sent some pending doom. Shit, this is not good. This is not good. That's one down. Bastard. Oh, shit, come on, come on. Hang in there. Yep. Fucking bounty hunters. Honestly, I must have burned through about 3 or 4 ship parts. I would have been better off just paying them off. But, well, that's a coward's way out. Never a dull moment. And they took down my engine. They took me by surprise. Game messed with my engine again, or messed with my resources again. Resource allocation. Give me some money. Oh, 2 ship parts, thank you. That'll make up for it. Hang on, whoa, hold up here. Oh my gosh. Oopsie daisy. How's my driving? Hang on. Oh, credits. Alright, I think I broke even on that. Okay, the engine's back up to snuff. Let's get down on the ground. First of all, I want you to scan. Then you're looking for 4 specific patches of aluminum. They're right here. These 4 here. 1, 2, 3, and a little one right here. Okay, I want you to land on the first one on the west side, right in this little crook here. Doesn't have to be exact, just generally on the west side. Right about here would be perfect. Okay, land there. Get up. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to find the perfect spot on this moon where we could harvest aluminum, nickel, cobalt, and iron all at the same location, okay? You got to follow my instructions exactly. We're out to find what I'm going to call henceforth Mount Nika. Mount Nika is so named because at that location you can harvest nickel, iron, cobalt, and aluminum, all right? So now I want everybody to sleep till between 6 and 7 in the morning, ideally between 6:30 and 7. It has to be exact, okay? So I'm at 1:43, so I need to sleep 5 hours. That will put me at 6:43, which is absolutely perfect. Okay, your mileage may vary. Anytime between 6 and 7, ideally between 6:30 and 7 in the morning. There we go, 6:43. Having done that, do a quick save. Open up your map. This should put a certain part of the moon in high relief because it's dawn. There's dawn and there's nighttime, okay? And what you're looking for is this mountain range right here. Zoom right in, and you're looking for this mountain range here, which should be in high relief, so you should be able to see it clearly. And you're looking for, see this on right in the center of my targeting circle, you see a little notch pointing to the right. That's exactly what you're looking for, that notch right there. Don't land there. What you want to do is place your targeting circle so that the bottom of your targeting circle is right on top of that notch. And your targeting circle is straddling that mountain range. So that half is on one side, half is on the other. That's exactly where you want to land. Click and land. Okay, exit ship. Wait till you get your compass back. It's going to take a moment or two. Freezing liquid rain. And as soon as you get your compass back, you're going to point to the southwest. There we go. Okay, pointing to the southwest. And there, right there, works every time, is Mount Nika. It's a very distinct pyramid shaped black peak to the southwest of this landing spot. There it is, Mount Nika. What you want to do is go to the foot of the mountain at the right side. If you can't find Mount Nika following my instructions exactly, reload your quick save and try again. Make sure you follow my instructions exactly. Put the bottom of that targeting circle right on that little notch there. Make sure your targeting circle straddles the mountain range, so the half is on one side, half is on the other, and land. Okay, so we're going to the foot of Mount Nika. On the right side. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, so now we're near the foot of Mount Nika on the right side. We're looking for a geyser. It's an argon geyser. There it is right there. There we go, argon geyser. Just past the argon geyser is these 3 steps here. This very distinct rock formation. 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, just like that. And you want to park yourself right beside the 3 steps and plant a beacon. And make sure, if you're right here at this exact location, you will have, as you can see in the top left corner, aluminum, nickel, cobalt, and iron, all available at the same spot. Alright? And you want to pretty much put it right here beside these 3 steps. So plunk it down, and there we go. This is where we're going to establish our base. The first thing we want to do is build some power. And we're going to have to use solar arrays for now. because we don't have any cobalt for wind turbines yet. So we're going to plunk down 5... How many? 4 solar arrays. Boy, it's pretty dark and foggy. Okay, let's put the solar arrays right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and as always, put a couple turrets. Always turrets. At least 2. 1 in each side of the solar arrays. There we go. And now we want to build an iron extractor and an aluminum extractor. Iron extractor is going to go over on this side. You have to find the vein. The vein is right there. Iron and aluminum. The aluminum is going to go over here in this vein right here. There we go. And we're going to build a couple of storage containers, preferably right near your outpost beacon. 1, 2, go into modified mode, connect your extractors to the storage containers, and connect the iron extractor. Jeez, I can barely see. This is going to change when we get the ship here. I lost my iron extractor. Okay, I'm going to have to go back to the build mode. There it is. Jeez. Okay, modify. Connect that to this storage container. Okay, check your containers, make sure they're connected properly. Aluminum and iron, that's perfect. Okay, now we're going to build a hab. By the way, if you build everything in the right order, the game always starts you off with a certain amount of resources. Okay, I'm going to put this list up on the screen. These resources is the exact same every time. If you build everything in the right order, you don't need to buy any resources to build this complete base. Okay, so just follow my instructions exactly, and you're going to be able to build this base without having to buy any resources, according to the strict rules of engagement. Now we want to build a hab. You don't have to do this, but it's probably preferable so that you can build an industrial workshop inside without having it glitching out. Let's build a hab right there. And it needs an airlock. There we go. And let's go build an industrial workbench inside. Like I said, not necessary. You can get away with building an industrial workbench outside. All the power to you. But the game may glitch out and complain that the workbench is obstructed, stuff like that. It may even do that inside. Alright. There's our industrial workbench. Plunk both those suckers down. Right there. And build a bed. Very good. Okay? Sleep in the bed for 4 hours. Now we can build adaptive frames. We want 24 adaptive frames. You can build tons, but just build 24 for now. Having done that, I'm going to go outside. And build a landing pad with a shipbuilder. There it is, landing pad with a shipbuilder. Okay, place that conveniently. Plunk it down. Now we can sell the Frontier. We can finally complete the first gauntlet of the galaxy by selling the Frontier. By going up here, accessing buy ships, switch over to sell, switch over to the Frontier, and as you see, because we just recently built this landing pad with the shipbuilder, it has 0 credits. So now we can sell the Frontier as according to the rules of engagement for 0 credits. We can sell it, and we got rid of the Frontier. And there you go. Gauntlet of the Galaxy, Part 1. Done. Now we want to get our ship here. Many people are going to tell you that you just simply make some kind of modification to your ship using the shipbuilder menu. I strongly recommend that you do not do this, okay? Every time I've done that, either it fails, A, or B, if it succeeds, it ends up completely glitching out the game every single time. And sometimes it doesn't glitch out the game right away. It takes like, you know, a little while for the game to completely glitch out, but every single time. So I strongly recommend that you do this instead. Go back to New Atlantis. This is a much more elegant and, how should we say, game mechanic friendly way of getting your ship to that landing pad. So we're just going to go to New Atlantis, reason being because we want to get into some friendly space. Okay, so go to New Atlantis, get on your ship, and we're going to launch the ship into some friendly space. Then we're simply going to fly our ship directly to that outpost, which will land it on the landing pad without glitching out. Okay, launch into space. This is important. You can't just fast travel from here. You have to launch into space first. It's actually a good looking ship. I really like the way the Disruptor looks. Okay, so up here in space. Now, just simply go to your outpost on bezel 3B and land, and that will put your ship directly on the landing pad. Who loves it? Slack loves us, that's right, and don't you forget it. Okay, there's our ship on the landing pad. Done and done. Next, all we have to do is build 2 more extractors. And the game does not want to respond to my controls here. It glitched out, so yeah. What I want to do is do a quick save and a quick load. If you ever get into shipbuilder mode, this happens all the time, and you seem to have no control over the controls. Just do a quick save and quick load. Up we go, and I want to switch. Now we can switch, and we want to build 2 more extractors. Cobalt, so we have to find a cobalt vein, which is up here. And a nickel vein, which is over here. Done and done. And we are short of power, so we have to build some more solar arrays. For now, we're going to replace those eventually with wind turbines. And I am short some copper. Okay, so what we can do is just simply wait a few hours for the cobalt to fill up. Sleep 4 hours. Over to, there we go, now we can make wind turbines. Okay, Okay, so now we are fully powered. And make a couple storage containers for the cobalt and nickel. One there. And one there. Modify mode. Connect your extractors. There's cobalt. And here's our nickel. Okay, let's check all our connections to make sure that everything's properly connected up. We should have one of each. There's our nickel. There's our iron. There's our aluminum. And there's our cobalt. We are ready to rock and roll. Now all we have to do is wait 4 hours and everything's going to be up to snuff. Done and done. Now we should have a big batch of everything. Okay, now we're going to replace all these solar arrays with wind turbines. Build mode. Should be able to build plenty of wind turbines now because we have plenty of cobalt. And why wind turbines? Because they're a smaller target. Target for what? It's like target for enemies. When your base gets invaded, these solar rays, they provide cover, but their enemies will eventually start blasting away at your base's modules, and sometimes they destroy the power in your base so that your turrets are no longer powered. So this is something I like to do always. It's just there we go. I like to put a couple of wind turbines right near each of my extractors, just to mark the extractor so they you can clearly find it. And a couple over here by the iron, and a couple down here by the aluminum. Alright, and one extra right near the outpost beacon, like, let's put it right near here. Actually, that should do it. So now we can delete all our solar arrays. There you go. Delete. Very good. 27 power. We only need 26. You could maybe throw in a couple of extra if you feel like it. A couple of extra wind turbines. Just in case your base gets invaded and they deplete your power. So now we get a lot of extra power. And that's it. That's our base. Our base is complete. In case you've never done this before, you didn't follow my original walkthrough, you now have a base where you can manufacture tons of adaptive frames and isocentered magnets. Okay, go to your industrial workbench. Here we go. Using the aluminum and iron, we can manufacture tons of adaptive frames, pardon me. And using the cobalt and nickel, we can manufacture tons of isocentered magnets and yeah, isocentered magnets. That's the end of the sentence. Okay, so doing that, we can churn out XP, and we could take the adaptive frames and the isocentered magnets to market and sell them for money. So this is basically our XP money farm. The only thing that's missing, according to the rules of engagement, typically what you would do in normal Starfield, normal quote unquote Starfield, is just simply crank out a ton of adaptive frames and isocentered magnets and just simply carry them on your person, even though you're grossly overloaded. As I specified in part 1, you can get away with being grossly overloaded because the game will never kill you for being grossly overloaded. But according to the rules of engagement, we're not allowed to do that. So we either have to add more cargo holds to our ship, or preferably build a specific ship for carrying cargo back and forth from our base to market. And that's what I'm going to do next video. Alright? I want this ship to be our combat ship. I want the Disruptor to be our combat ship. And I want to build another ship specifically for transferring cargo from this to market. And that is it for this video. So we are established here. We got our base. It's up and running. It's protected. It's fully functional. It's fully powered. We're ready to rock and/or roll. Thanks a lot for watching. If you thought this was remotely entertaining and/or informative, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, post a comment, and most importantly, subscribe to make sure you get all my videos hot off the press. If you had any problems with the establishing of this base, don't hesitate to post a comment and I'll help you out, or try to help you out. Alright? Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes. Alright? Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.